anyone can share a file from within a shared drive. You can share it out. And that's useful most of the time. Most of the time, it's actually pretty useful. I got a drive, a file here, and maybe it's in my all team file or folder here, and I want to share it with a customer, right? I've got a customer document, customer proposal, project plan, whatever, or we want to use a Google Sheet to track a project. Not the best way to do things, but some people do that. That's fine. You could share a document from within here to collaborate with your customer. The collaboration's good, just project managing in spreadsheets, not so good. If I share a file from here, that makes sense. That's a good idea. But maybe I don't want anything shared from my exec folder, or maybe I don't want anything shared from my finance folder outside the company, because someone might accidentally share it with the wrong person, or someone does this and shares it with the world, which happens way more often than it should by our team. I don't know how, but even our teams still manage to do this. So what do we do? Well, we switch on this amazing setting in here. We go to exec, we right click, we go to shared drive settings, and we switch off anyone outside itGenius accessing any of the files. And immediately, any file that exists, you do have to refresh. Immediately, any file that exists within the company, it's going to lock it down. So it adds a lockdown. Here we go. This shared drive settings prevent sharing outside itGenius. So they're no longer allowed to share. Now, I thought it would just remove all the users, but it looks like it's basically given us a red mark and it stopped it. If I was to then, remove these, remove and save. Cool, I'll go ahead and refresh. If I was to attempt to add someone, I assume it won't let me. All right, let's try and add Jericho as an editor. Here we go. Jericho's outside itGenius test. Only people inside itGenius test can access these files. Done. So we've now locked down that whole drive, so only people in our company can access that drive. Now, you might say, well, Pete, what about, maybe my finance drive? I want to share that with my bookkeeper or my accountant so they can see everything. Well, my recommendation for that would be create another shared drive. Oh, sorry, I've got to go to my shared drives. There we go. Create another shared drive and call it finance external. And again, you would share that with the finance team internally, right? But you could also share it with your accountant. Now, if you want to be really clever, you create a group and you add the accountant to the group. But if you don't mind doing that, you just, who's going to be our accountant? Nesta can be our accountant. Here's the contract. I can share it external, Nesta at itgenius.com. All right, cool. And my accountant, probably add, edit, share, but not delete. Now, this is where we will put all of our bank statements. So our bank statements live in finance external because we just want one place for the statements. We don't have to cut and paste them into the accountant folder, and the accountant can just access them whenever they need to. There we go. And then all of our internal working files for finance, we keep those internally. Budgets, sales commissions, all the other stuff. That stays internal. If it's something that's relevant for external, we can add it to the external one. So you'll see in our setup here, our shared drives. Here we go. Yeah. So we actually call ours treasury compliance. There we go. So that's the external one. But you get the idea there. Okay, cool. So final one that I didn't cover was contractor sharing. There's a few other settings here that might be useful for that. Allow people who aren't shared drive members to access files. That's the same thing. It just covers the internal sharing. So do you want to restrict it from people? Nothing can be shared to other people in the company if they're not in the drive. That's what that setting's for. Allow content managers to share folders. That's just whether or not people can share whole folders. But this last one is really useful for contractors. You can switch off the ability to download, print, or copy files for the whole folder. So you can say, I'm going to refresh. It seems like it's got a little bug there. Allow viewers, commenters to download, print, copy. We can switch that off for the whole drive. And that means no one is allowed to copy, download, print files. All right, so I can request edit access. You'll see here, I don't have the ability to make a copy. I don't have the ability to print, and I can't download it as anything. And if it was a video file or a PDF or anything else, I also wouldn't be able to do those things. If I right click on a file, I can't download it. And you can see there's all the other buttons are kind of grayed out. Now, does this stop somebody taking a screenshot of that document? No. So, you don't put your Bitcoin recovery phrase in these documents, because someone can make copies of the pages. And if they were really, really determined, if you've got a franchise, say you've got a hairdressing salon and you've got a whole bunch of contractors and you've shared all of your IP in documents, there is nothing stopping someone getting in there and screen grabbing, cutting and pasting with their keyboard and copying that stuff and then disappearing and ripping you off and starting up another salon down the road. Nothing stopping that. But it makes it a bit harder to do stuff like that. And so if it's more sensitive data that you wouldn't want someone to print and have sitting around in their house, okay, this makes things a little bit easier. So if you want to move from another cloud app, multiple ways to do that. You can drag and drop on your desktop and spend all weekend doing it yourself, or you can employ us to do a cloud-to-cloud migration, which just happens over the internet or via one of our cloud servers. That's a much smarter way of doing it. So if you want to move large amounts of data, we can do that. If you've got large amounts of data in the Google ecosystem already, for the most part, you can actually drag and drop that, and that's pretty easy. Now, if you've just set up some shared drives, but you've got a whole bunch of stuff sitting in your My Drive right now, perhaps in shared folders in the My Drive, you can drag and drop these existing folders in, but you want to be a super administrator on your Google Workspace account to do that, because being a super administrator gives you a few more options to drag and drop stuff in. Let's move it to an internal one here. It's going to check the folder and see if I'm the owner of the individual files within the folder. Because if I'm the owner of the files, it'll move them in. If I'm not the owner of the files and they're within my company, I need to be a super administrator to have them moved in. If I'm not the owner of the files and they're outside my company, it won't move them. You need to have the owner then go and move those files. So it helps to be a super administrator. You'll see here, it'll check. Anyone who the files have been shared with will still be able to access the files. The link doesn't change, the URL doesn't change, which is quite useful. Very smart, Google, thank you. But if the files are owned by someone outside your company, those files won't move into the shared drive. You need to contact that person and say, hey, can you move all this stuff in? And we regularly have to do that with our contractors of the past. Hey, you created these files for us. Can you please move them into this shared drive that we're accessing? And you will need to train your contractors to, moving forward, create files and put them in the shared drive. Personally, if someone shares a file with me using the blue button, the link sharing, I will refuse to access or work on the file until they actually move it into the shared drive. I'll send it back to them. I'll say, hey, please put that in the shared drive, and then I'll review this. And then I let them bring that back to me, put it in the shared drive, and then I can just access it via the URL as well. But that's the rule. That's the one that you've got to be really, 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 really firm on. Otherwise, you risk your data, as we say in Australia, going walkabout. Okay, so there's no real limit to the shared drives. I think the limit's 500,000 files in a shared drive. You're probably not going to fill that unless you've got crazy amounts of assets, or you're coding or uploading websites if you're a web design business. But you can create as many of these as you want. You can go nuts and create heaps. You would have noticed here in my shared drives, we've got them in different order here. Contractors is sitting up the top. If you wanted to have them display in a certain order, you would have noticed that in itGenius. It's pretty easy to drop numbers in, and then you can have them ordered via your numbers. And if you're like me and you like to have things a little bit more visual, well, I would recommend this little add-on for Chrome. It's called Joy Pixels, and it's a emoji keyboard for Chrome. And what that does is it will let me use this little emoji picker, oops, which has disappeared on me. Ah, here it is. Okay. Now I use the little eye icon, the information icon for itGenius. But you can choose your emoji of choice. But you could do something like this if you wanted to give a little visual indicator of the drives. And then maybe for contractors, there's a cool little worker icon here. Here we go. I can add, oops, the person with the, I dropped it. There we go. And that'll just give your team a little visual aid. There we go. So that's useful there. So things like that are useful. If you really wanted to put like contractors down the bottom, I just realized that I could put the numbers in front of the emojis if I really wanted to. I like using emojis, and we use them in lots of different places. When you're dragging and dropping, it's going to prompt you, as you saw before, it's going to prompt you to, oopsie, I've got to put it into an actual drive. It's going to prompt you to effectively do this like migration process, but that's it. And honestly, like if you've got all kinds of random folders, business history, who knows how many years of stuff is in there, you really do want to like look at this and say, oh, okay, this many files are going to be moved. This is exactly where they're going to. But that process is easy. That'll just then, run in the background in a couple of minutes, maybe 3 minutes. If you've got lots of files, they'll all be in there. It's very, very simple. And even if I was to move files in, let's say I move these 3 files to the exec folder here, because I'm the super administrator, I can move them back out. So I can move them back to my drive if I really want, and that makes me the owner again of those files. And you can see they're going in and out of there pretty fast. And so, yeah, you can just grab whatever you need. And even if for many people they'll have like one folder, which will be like, team files, right? And it'll be sitting in their My Drive. You would go into your team files, you'd grab everything in there and you would drop it into the team folder in one go. I'm not sure like how big your team is or how sophisticated you want to go with this, because it's good to keep things simple, but you do always have the option, if you really wanted to have one team drive per function in the business. So we've got fancy names for ours. Excite is the sales team, Engage is the account management team, Empower is the HR team. And so we have each team's stuff in each one of these folders. And that's, I guess, we've got a really big team, so we've got to have it just a little bit more locked down. But if you want to keep it simple, and especially for your team, this structure I find works great for most businesses: exec, management, and then everyone, and then contractors.
If you need more help with what we've covered in this video, itGenius provides support services to businesses all over the world with problems just like this. Click the link below to get started.